Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the #1 professional wrestling radio show in Las Vegas. This is the Mark Hoke Show. The Mark Hoke Show. Going bell to bell with the best in professional wrestling news, entertainment, and lots of Sin City surprises from inside the squared circle. Now, let's get to all the exciting pro wrestling action and bring on the host. Here is Mark Hoke.
And good morning, Las Vegas. Word up.
Word up. Yo, check out my voice, man. Very raspy. Hello, ladies.
I think we both got some voice issues today.
Yeah, it was a wild one. Wow one. Good morning, Las Vegas, worldwide, everybody out there.
And anybody that's picking it up on another planet, universe, maybe we've got some transmissions going out through the
Trans what?
Transmissions.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. I don't know, man.
Universal vibrations. That's what I was looking for.
Amen. I'm the David Difference with Mark the Hoke. Oh, what a difference. Mark the Hoke. Oh, what a difference Dave made.
God, I haven't heard that for a long time.
They used to call you Mark the Hoke?
No, someone would say you Mark the Hoke.
I don't get it.
You take a pen.
And they would put a pin on your forehead? Yeah, you got bullied.
Yeah, whatever.
Mark the Hoke.
Unbelievable.
Oh, man, we're going to try that. Good morning, though.
This is the Mark Hoke Show here on KDAWN 101.5 FM. It is the talk of Las Vegas. Very happy to have you with us wherever you're listening, whether it be on 101.5 FM, the talk of Las Vegas, worldwide on the Odyssey app, streaming on YouTube, Facebook. We're on Twitch.
Oh, yeah.
We have some other alternatives we didn't get to discuss, by the way. There's a new one we'll maybe check into.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
If it ain't Instagram, I don't know.
Actually, that is the new alternative.
Oh, is it? It could stream?
Yeah.
We're there.
They just added that.
We're there.
So
We're there like air.
or bear.
Oh, jeez.
Or nair.
You nair your legs?
No, I don't. I did have to shave my legs in college, though.
For the swim team, I get it.
No, not for the swim team. Athletic training. Taping class.
Taping class?
Yes, taping class.
Taping class?
Yeah, we had to learn to, when you tape body parts for athletic training. We had to shave our legs.
I'm going to leave that alone, man.
They wouldn't let us use pre-wrap because, we don't want to waste the pre-wrap, so shave your legs, fellas.
That makes sense. And you've been doing it ever since.
No.
It's beautiful, man.
Should I kick my legs up on the stand during the break?
Yeah, do it.
No.
Show us your new high heels I got you for Christmas.
Oh, geez, sweet. At least I got a Christmas present.
Hey, can I thank some people?
Yeah, but let's tell everybody what the show's about. It is the best of pro wrestling news and entertainment.
Yeah. Go for it.
So we want to thank everybody for being with us today. We certainly do appreciate it. I'm Mark Hoke, David Difference. And,
what a difference Dave makes.
And we had I'll tell you, there is a ton of pro wrestling going on in Las Vegas last night, coming up. Man, everybody is coming to Vegas. This is getting crazy, David Difference.
Everybody is definitely coming to Las Vegas, man.
I mean, we are the sports capital of the United States all of a sudden. I don't know who's not coming here, but we now have, coming up in February, AEW just announced Super Bowl weekend. Yeah, the Super Bowl is going to be here, if you didn't know that. And AEW is going to be doing Collision on the Saturday before the Super Bowl. How awesome is that? That's going to be at the Dollar Loan Center. And we're still waiting for the announcement about Double or Nothing. And by the way, Matt Black, who's hoping from WrestleZone that Double or Nothing will not be in Las Vegas. Well, I'm going to tell you what, I'm going to, if we get out to the Royal Rumble, I'm going to buzz up to Jacksonville and I'm going to stop by the AEW offices.
Oh yeah, and do what?
We're gonna have a talk with Tony.
Oh, I like that. Have a sit down.
We don't want to do the Bobby Heenan Campbell thing, but didn't Randy Savage get carried in
Yeah, by the
I say that we make an offer to Tony Khan that, if as long as Double or Nothing comes in, we will get some people and carry him into the team, into T-Mobile.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's your pitch, huh? Bring it here and we'll get some people. Like he can't get some people to carry him to the ring.
Well, save him some money.
Yeah. I think he'd pass. But you never know. It's worth a shot.
I mean, whatever we got to do.
I don't know about that.
Dave, you could drive him around. Huh? Saving the limos and the Ubers.
What, is he slumming it now?
No.
This is Tony Khan, man. He come out, he get in, get out.
You got a nice car.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Yeah.
I appreciate it. Oh, yeah, I'll pick him up.
But that's going on. Of course, Hard to Kill and Snake Eyes TNA as the rebrand happens January 13th and 14th at the Palms.
Mm-hmm.
So that's going on. So they're coming out here. And, of course, last night, future stars of wrestling, you had your big event.
Headlocks and Hearts. Like, I don't know why people, like, you got to understand the magic that I put behind this thing.
Man,
don't forget
ton of toys.
Yeah, we did it, man. Last night, Headlocks and Hearts, FSW, Smile Driver, it came together. It was a beautiful tag team partnership of pro wrestlers and communities that really came together, man, to gather toys for Nevada Partnership for Homeless Youth. And I want to tell you, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of toys.
Oh, man, that's great.
Our goal was to fill that ring, and we couldn't even get the toys into the ring. There were so many. But it was a beautiful night, a lot of magic moments. Real quick, I just want to thank definitely Marlene, who probably collected 200 plus toys by herself. And then just everybody that helped me wrap boxes and donations and CIM marketing partners. Like everybody just chipped in, man, and we're gonna do a lot for these kids.
Yeah, I mean they're not kidding. Giant boxes of toys surrounding the ring. Last night. It was terrific. I mean, and, congratulations to you, Dave. And Headlocks Hearts
a huge shot to Rocky T. Like that, It wouldn't have gotten done the way it was. I mean, obviously 2 days before we were like, let's make this a Christmas thing, and got to it, and he got the place all decorated. Shout out to him and his wife. And just Rocky's that guy, man. He's the make it happen captain. He gets it done. And I'm blessed to have him on the team. Yep.
So terrific event last night. Awesome wrestling, and we have a teaser that something really, really stupid happened in that building last night. Something really incredibly stupid.
I must have missed it. Did I miss it?
I don't know if you did or not. You might have looked away.
You know what? Maybe we'll play it.
Oh, God. But anyway, we're gonna save that for really late in the show.
Oh.
But we have two great guests on today's show. Terrific guests.
Tell me about it. Terrific, huh?
Coming up in just a little bit, we will be hearing from one half of the TNA World Tag Team Champions, Ace Austin.
Okay.
So we're going to get him on the show. And Colin Tessier from WrestleZone, Fightful, and pretty much wherever else he wants to go is going to be joining us in the second hour on the show.
He can go everywhere?
He can.
Oh, okay.
I mean, people interview him just because he's awesome.
Oh, well, good. I'm looking forward to that, man. I'm going to get his take on CM Punk, see what side of the fence he was on. I'm making a list.
Checking it twice?
Yes, sir.
What would make him naughty or nice?
If he was one of those that was like, Punk would never come back, and get it out of your head, you're delusional, David. Come to find out, I'm all-knowing.
Really?
I'm not?
No.
Please. I mean, you won't admit it.
You've been
the
wrong.
World knows.
You have been wrong far more than you've been right.
You're so full of it. You have no clue. You don't know what you don't know. What you don't know could fill a bookmark.
Wow.
and you could be the bookmark. Who's leaving a comment today? Get in the chat box.
Yeah, guys, please, because this is going to be a very entertaining show today, we promise you. So we hope you stick around for both hours of the Mark Hoke Show here on KDAWN. And you know what we probably should do is get our break in a little bit early because we got a lot of time with Ace Austin. And by the way, a slight throwing of Chris Bey, his tag team partner, ABC, under the bus.
Ooh,
in this thing.
I'm looking forward to that. I just seen Chris Bey last night. Headlocks and Hearts Holiday Smile Driver, man. Main event. Him and Shogun. Good stuff.
Yeah, it was a great card last night. And yeah, we got to see Chris Bey, and I'm sure you're going to be seeing a lot of those guys at Hard to Kill and Snake Eyes over that weekend. It's going to be a blast. Get your tickets, man.
And also coming up, we got our third guest, Ripple Man. Call in.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, that's my guy.
Oh,
Ripple
God.
Man. This is your notice. Call in during the break.
Unreal. David Difference, just an obsession.
That's my guy, man.
So I'll tell you what, let's take a break. And then when we come back, we are going to hear from the one half of the TNA World Tag Team Champions, Ace Austin, here on the Mark Hoke Show. So stick around, everybody. It's the best in pro wrestling news and entertainment. David Difference.
Yay.
He's lost his mind, but I still keep him on the show. I'm Mark Hoke. We'll be right back.
.1015 FM KDAWN. This is the Mark Hoke Show. The Mark Hoke Show. Here again, your host, Mark Hoke.
And we are back on the Mark Hoke Show here on KDAWN 1015 FM. The Talk of Las Vegas. It is the best in pro wrestling news and entertainment. I am the aforementioned one, along with my tag team partner. Wait, does he really have to be my tag team partner?
No, not in your. I'll be your valet.
No.
No.
Strategist.
No. How about? Oh yeah, kayfabe friend. You like that? All right, who's that? What do you mean? Yeah, tag team partners. Let's just go with Ripple Man's in the building, man.
Is he?
Yeah. He got no toys to donate, man.
What do we got?
He's not worthy.
He's not worthy?
He didn't donate any toys to Headlocks and Hearts, and he feels bad. But I understand, man. You gotta get that Ripple, man. Some things are more important than the kids, I guess.
Wow.
Call in. We'll talk about it. Yeah. We'll talk through it. Just call in, man.
We appreciate you listening to the show. That's a contribution enough.
Oh, yeah. Well.
Tell 10 friends.
Yeah.
That's what you got to do.
Yeah, and if you're out there watching on Facebook or, YouTube, just share it. Hit that share button one time, man, and that's all you got to do, and you can go on, you did something good, and we're just trying to grow this thing and spread the message of pro wrestling and love and joy and happiness and peace and goodwill amongst men and women.
Wow.
Hello, ladies.
Or we just want to talk about people getting beat up. That's even more fun.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I love wrestling, man.
Yeah, it's a great time. So we do appreciate it. That's what we do because pro wrestling's fun. That's why we do the show.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. I'm telling you, like, it never feels like work. And I always wonder, like, we talked to Van Vliet and everything. It's like, do you ever just get burnt out? But it's like, it's, energizing. So it doesn't matter where you're going or how much you're traveling. It's like, it's fun, man. When you're doing stuff you love, that's what life's about, man. We're all going to clock out at some point. And, like, while you're here, man, make magic and do things you are passionate about. Shout out to everybody that has a passion. And a purpose right there.
There you go. Well, a guy with a purpose is our next guest on the show. Got a chance to talk to him earlier this week. We're going to see him here in Las Vegas in a few weeks. Man, that's only a few weeks away, Dave. At Hard to Kill and Snake Eyes for TNA is Impact Wrestling switching back to the TNA name coming up. It's going to be an awesome time at the Palms. He is one half of the TNA World Tag Team Champions, ABC, along with Chris Bey. Remember the Bullet Club, too. Sweet!
Yeah, I love that theme music.
It's bad, man. I love the Bullet Club.
Mm-hmm.
They're awesome. He is the one and only Ace Austin. And we are welcoming in the 3-time Impact X Division champion. And I guess we can't say Impact anymore. We've got to say TNA X Division champion and the current TNA World Tag Team champion, along with his partner Chris Bey from ABC and member of the Bullet Club. Ace Austin is in the house. Ace, what's going on, my friend? How are you?
Hello, I'm great. Me and Chris Bey, ABC, we're on top of the world right now. PWI put us, number 6. We're up at the very top of the best tag teams in the world, and with Final Resolution behind us, the final Impact Wrestling show under the Impact Wrestling banner, we have officially become the final Impact Wrestling Tag Team Champions, and now we are going to be the very first TNA Tag Team Champions, leading the charge in this new generation of TNA.
Well, and let's start with that PWI ranking, because, I was there in Las Vegas when, you guys challenged the Motor City Machine Guns. And I had just interviewed Chris a couple days before that and was talking to him about, him possibly challenging for the X Division title. Then all of a sudden you guys roll out there. There's a promo and an IKEA chant, and I apologize because I started that. And and all of a sudden you guys are the World Tag Team Champions, and off you go. And now the two of you have incredibly evolved into being one of the top tag teams in the world. How did that happen? So, and especially so quickly.
Yeah, I think we were. I think we were. The whole PWI list is subjective, right? It's all opinion. We all like to look at it as a good measure of our success, but there are some discrepancies. In my opinion, we were easily top 5, if not top 4. But it all came together really because it goes all the way back to my first tour of Japan. New Japan was interested in bringing me in for the Super Juniors. And so it was kind of a perfect storm, right? The Bullet Club presence in Impact Wrestling had been apparent. LG and Carl Anderson came in. So they definitely were aware of me. They had eyes on me. They had some interest in me, unbeknownst to me at the time. And then when I went in for the Super Juniors, I made such an impression, such an impact, as it were, on the New Japan world that Bullet Club really recognized me as one of the top promising, people up next. And so they started some conversations with me. They put some feelers out. And by the end of that first Japan tour, it seemed clear to me that the best choice for me to make at the time would be to join Bullet Club. They were interested, and when a group as prestigious as Bullet Club is interested, it's hard to say no. An offer you can't pass up, really. And so joining Bullet Club just sort of happened out of opportunity. And then once I was in and I came home, all of a sudden the writing was kind of just on the wall. Chris Bey had already been recruited into Bullet Club. He was already part of Impact. Him and I had been great. We had great chemistry as opponents in the X Division. And so now that we were both a part of Bullet Club, coming back to Impact after that first Super Junior tour, it just seemed like, hey, let's give this a try. And all of a sudden, it just started flowing. Sometimes you just really capture a spark. You really find something that works when you're not looking for it. Neither one of us wanted to be in a tag team. Neither one of us, thought that was like the next best thing for us. But it was an opportunity, and neither one of us are above tackling opportunities, right? So we just kind of we almost just fell into that tag team position, like, let's give this a try. And then it just started working. And especially when you are in there with guys like the Motor City Machine Guns, of course, you really have to step up and elevate your game to sort of, to compete with that, to match that. And neither Chris Bey nor I want to be anything less than the best. So we put all of our effort into whatever's in front of us. And that was just the tag team thing at the time. And so it went so well in Impact that it became clear, okay, how about we go do the Super Junior Tag League? And then when we did that, it was just a whole, I don't know if we would be the team that we are today if not for us doing that Super Junior Tag League, because we were still a brand new team when we went out to Japan to do that. And that gave us the perfect opportunity to spend as much time together as possible, bonding and creating the necessary tag team chemistry. And also from a performance perspective, we were doing multiple matches per week throughout all of Japan. And so it really sharpened our skills quickly. I don't know if we would have been able to sharpen our skills together as quickly had we not been able to do that tour together. So coming back from that, we were just like a whole different team than the one we were before we left. And so getting right back into the tag team mix at Impact, we just started pushing forward, pushing ahead, and then Motor City Machine Guns started finding success in more singles activities, and it kind of opened the door for us to kick it in.
So give everybody a little idea of where the TNA tag team situation is right now. Who are you guys looking at in terms of current challengers for people that may not have been following TNA as tightly as they should?
Sure. Well, I don't know if we're ever going to get rid of the thorn that is the Rascals, fortunately. I thought that we had put that behind us, but if final resolution this past weekend is evidence of anything, that's not going to happen. I don't think that I'm ever going to be able to get Trey off my back. Trey and I have been on career parallels, if you want to call it that. Trey and I have basically been competing with each other since 2017, since long before either one of us were signed to Impact or any sort of TV deal. When I first moved out to the Midwest in 2017 to further my young pro wrestling career, one of the young prospects out here was Trey. And so we both ended up we lived together. We were roommates. I was roommates with both Trey and Zach and Myron, the third rascal. I was roommates with all of them back then, back in 2017. And we were all training under the same person. We were all working for the same places weekly. We were traveling together a whole lot. We were really good friends for a long time, but that competition was always there. It was always looming. It was all three. It was just all a whole bunch of young guys trying to make it. And that has never stopped. Even after the Impact deal came, it came for us both, right? So Trey ended up landing on Impact. I ended up landing on Impact. And then there we were again, the same thing as 2017. There we were again competing for a spot. And there's just an undeniable, I guess maybe chemistry is what you would call it. But there's just an undeniable magic that happens between Trey and I. And I think it's just because neither one of us will ever accept a position below the other. We're always pushing for the top. So I've been married to Trey since then, and I don't think that I will ever be able to shake him. As long as he is in my vicinity, he'll never leave me alone. So of course the Rascals, we got to be aware of them. They're not gonna let us, get away scot-free with these titles. So we gotta keep an eye out for them. But as far as other teams go, I think the unique thing, one of the most special things about Impact Wrestling and now TNA is the open door policy, right? We have the most effective open door policy of any company in the world right now. There is almost no restriction to who can come through our doors and challenge. So that's really exciting. It could literally be anybody, as long as another company or a group of people or whoever's in charge of whoever, as long as they are willing to come and challenge, the door will always be open. There's hardly any restriction or reason to not let somebody come in. So there are so many teams out there beyond TNA that could easily come in and give it a shot. And I think that's there's a lot of really exciting things there. You can't just put it under the one umbrella, right? It's not just the teams in TNA that we have to be aware of. It could really be anybody. It could be anybody at all.
So we could be getting a surprise here in Las Vegas for Ace Austin and our good friend Chris Bey at Hard to Kill.
At the moment, nobody is really in a number one contender position, right? We ended the year as the final Impact Wrestling Tag Team Champions, definitively, against Myers and Eddie. And now there is not really anybody poised at the top of the ladder to challenge us next. So I would say a surprise challenge to kick off this new generation of TNA is inevitable.
It could be interesting to say the least. And it's going to be an awesome weekend coming up here in Las Vegas, January 13th and 14th, with the Hard to Kill pay-per-view, and then Snake Eyes with the TV tapings coming up. We've got Okada coming in here on that Sunday.
Oh, yeah.
And Will Ospreay's going to be wrestling Josh Alexander too. I mean, what an amazing way this is going to be to kick off the new era with TNA, Ace. I mean, I can't imagine what we're going to be seeing.
We've done nothing but knock it out of the park every single time. We've been selling out events consistently, and all of our events have delivered for the last, year plus. Honestly, everything we've been doing has been, you can't call it hit or miss. It's all been hit. We've just been hitting and hitting and hitting. I don't know if there's a better place for us to revamp this brand than Las Vegas. I mean, it's going to be so exciting. The bright lights, the big city, the people. It's going to be huge. It's going to be really, really huge. And I think the next year is going to be, who knows what's in store. We really have the whole world at our fingertips with this TNA thing. And I'm just beyond excited about it.
All right. And we're going to hear more, Dave, from Ace. But can you tell how excited these guys are? We've heard from Diener and Josh Alexander. Man, they're pumped.
Yeah, it's definitely a new energy, man. When they initially said, hey, we're switching to going back, we was like, what does this mean? But, it means energy, man, and excitement. So I'm looking forward to seeing it. And I think that's going to bring a lot of beautiful things to come for TNA.
Absolutely. So let's step back. Let's take a break. And we are going to hear more from Ace Austin from TNA as they get ready for Hard to Kill and Snake Eyes coming up here at the Palms, January 13th and 14th. We're going to hear from something really cool he did back in South Central Pennsylvania, my old stomping grounds, and a little secret about Chris Bey.
What?
Yeah, pretty cool stuff. So stick around, more on the Mark Hoke Show. We'll be right back.
101.5 FM KDAWN. You're listening to the #1 professional wrestling radio show in Vegas, The Mark Hoke Show. The Mark Hoke Show. Now, here again is Mark Hoke.
And we return to the Mark Hoke Show here on KDAWN 101.5 FM, the talk of Las Vegas, streaming live on the Odyssey app and live streaming on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch.
About to be Instagram.
Uh-oh. David Difference.
Yeah, buddy.
You got to free yourself up for these interviews, man.
Yeah, man. Well, shaking and moving. It's always last minute. That's kind of tough, I know. I don't even know how you show up for them, but
I don't either.
You the guy.
Do what you
but it's good stuff, man. You like it's good stuff. Yeah.
You couldn't find a parallel there. That's okay.
Well, it's good stuff.
All right. Well, let's hear more from one half of the AEW World Tag Team Champions. He is Ace Austin. Well, what does it mean to you to be standing beside Chris and Alex as the champions that are going to be leading the way into the new era? Because obviously so many great names have held the championships for Impact and TNA over the years.
Oh,
and here you guys are. You're the ones. I mean, you
We're
and
the
Chris
ones.
Bey are the guys. I mean, that's got to be a cool feeling to know that it's you.
It's an unbelievable. Yeah, it's really a lot of validation for years and years and years of extremely hard work. I have dedicated every bit of my life to professional wrestling since I started training really in 2014. That's my first day of training was May 27th, 2014. I started training at the Wild Samoan Training Center in Allentown, Pennsylvania. And ever since then, it has been everything I do with pro wrestling in mind. Every decision I make, I do with my career in mind. And being in the position that we're in is really just I can't really think of a better word than validation. It's really just it's the position that I always saw myself being in, as like a figurehead, as a face of a company, as just one of those guys that's looked at as a pillar. And I've pushed really. I've done such great work in Impact that I feel like we'll never get the recognition it deserves. And hopefully now with this TNA rebranding, there's something about the three letters. There's something about three strong letters that really puts a company in a better position. There's something that pro wrestling fans really adore about a three-letter name. You know, the Impact never really got the love that it deserved for whatever reason, but we've done so much work to wipe away any of the negative reputation that remained from years and years before. And now the time is now for this new team, this effective and successful team, to take those three letters, to take that TNA, and to make it what it always could have been. And being the inaugural champion of this new generation is something that the history books will recognize forever. And the only thing I can ever hope for is for what I do in this business to be remembered forever.
Well, that is awesome. I wanted to ask you about the training because that's kind of my territory a little bit. I'm from South Central Pennsylvania. Grew up in the York, Harrisburg, Lancaster area.
Yeah,
so I
grew up. I grew up in Berks County.
Yeah, I saw it. Where'd you go to high school?
Went to Conrad Weiser High School. I actually just put on a fundraiser wrestling event, first ever wrestling event at Conrad Weiser, just at the beginning of November. And I did it to raise money for the musical theater program. And it was because the musical theater program supported me and lifted me up when I was a student. It's one of the reasons I was able to chase my dreams without any sort of limitation. They let me believe that anything was possible, and it is. So I wanted to give back. I put on a fundraiser show, and it was amazing. It was it was a really fulfilling moment for me.
Oh, that's terrific. What was it like training at the Samoan school? Because even when I was young, I saw the ads for the Samoan school.
Yeah.
And I was always curious about it. So tell us a little bit about that experience.
It was spectacular. I cannot think of a better way for me to have entered the business than under the Wild Samoans. I mean, obviously, the family lineage alone, right? You can't. The Wild Samoans are synonymous with pro wrestling, and so getting in on the ground level with them and learning the fundamentals, I can literally wrestle in my sleep because of the fundamental training I got from the Wild Samoans. I had a match back in 2016, I think 16 or 17, where I got knocked out in the ring. And I wrestled for 15 minutes, and it's a great match. It's on YouTube. I wrestled for 15 minutes, totally unconscious. I don't remember any of the match. My lights were completely out, but I was able to not only complete the match, but still have a good match with just out of my feet completely. And that's because pro wrestling is it's in my blood. It's really ingrained in me. It's quite literally second nature. And I think a lot of that has to do with the stress that the Samoans put on the fundamentals. You really couldn't get anywhere without hard work when it came to the Samoans. We used to have to do 500 squats when we started training, and however many push-ups, however many sit-ups, whatever. That was the beginning of training. And then we'd have to run until our legs didn't work anymore before we even got to do any wrestling work. And that's because you need to be able to perform under any circumstances. And they really wanted to stress that. And so I'm a machine. I really just can't be stopped in the ring. And I have to give a lot of the credit on that to the Wild Samoans. As far as fundamental training goes, I really don't know of anywhere better than the Samoan system.
Wow, that is an amazing story. That very cool. And I want to hear what.
And of course, I can't be remiss to leave out all of the connections that opens up too. Obviously, with the Wild Samoans being so well connected throughout the whole wrestling industry, that was a really important thing for me to do. Now, when I tell people I was trained by the Wild Samoans, obviously everybody knows who that is. That nobody can question that I didn't get a good base of training, because when you say the name like the Wild Samoans, they go, "Oh, okay, so you know what you're doing then. You have to know what you're doing if you came through there." And that's completely the case.
And of course, we're on the Mark Hoke Show with Ace Austin, and I'm going to give you a chance here to have a little fun with Chris Bey. Tell us something we don't know about Chris Bey that might make us smile just a little bit.
As good of Chris Bey's in incredible shape, right? The guy looks amazing, and he works incredibly hard. He doesn't eat. He just does, like, the man. He's a very picky eater, and especially when we were in Japan, it was really hard for him to find things that he liked. He needs to eat. If he started eating way more, wait until he gets his I don't want to say diet in check. Diet has a very negative connotation to it. But once he gets once he starts eating more, he's going to be the shape that he's in right now is incredible. And when he starts eating more, he's going to look even crazier. I've been trying to help him out with eating more, because he just he's so particular, and he always just wants to work out and does not want to fuel himself with food.
Nice. So the next time I see him here in Vegas, I'm going to bring a chocolate bar over to him and see what happens.
Yeah, there you go.
That'll be something. Well, Ace, tell everybody a little bit about the card coming up in Las Vegas. Let's hype this thing up. Well,
not only are we about to just absolutely blow the roof off of the Palms with this brand new start, but there's going to be it's going to be fresh, right? Everybody loves something fresh. There's going to be a fresh new coat of paint. It's going to be a brand new look, brand new lights, brand new everything. And the card itself, look, we do nothing but deliver great matches always. One thing you can always say about Impact Wrestling, now TNA, is we have some of the most consistent and best wrestling happening on a weekly basis anywhere in the world. And like I was saying earlier, with that open door policy, that really leaves, like, anybody could be there in January. Anybody could be at Hard to Kill. Anybody at all. There's no restrictions on who is allowed to walk through that door and do something. So, and of course, with Okada coming back, something people thought would never happen. Okada coming back in and doing that is going to be insane. Our roster is really ready we've been working so hard to just to be respected and looked at as the top of the industry. And now we're all poised and ready to do just that when January rolls around.
Well, it's going to be a great time, and I'm glad you and I finally got to talk. We've met a few times, but we really didn't get the chance to spend a lot of time together. So I want to thank you for coming on the Mark Hoke Show, and I wish you and Chris all the best defending those TNA World Tag Team Championships
for the first time.
Yeah, and we will see you guys in Las Vegas in a few weeks. Thanks for joining us, buddy. Appreciate
Absolutely.
it.
Thanks for having me.
You got it. All right, and there you go.
Stuff, man. Good stuff.
I'll tell you what, these guys are pumped up, and I think it's intriguing that, I said, well, the door's open. I wonder who's walking in. I really do.
Any speculations?
I couldn't even imagine. I mean, they've beaten a lot of the teams in TNA. I think there's a big surprise coming. I really do.
Yeah, I'd say the way to find out is get down there.
Yeah, I think it's pretty much all you're going to be able to do is just be sitting in the stands.
Yeah,
so
I'm excited.
Yeah, this is going to be a great weekend. So once again, it's going to be at the Palms Casino coming up January 13th and 14th. I think it's going to be an awesome time. And plus, especially, you're going to get to see Okada and Will Ospreay, too.
Yeah, that's
and
huge.
Those guys don't come rolling into town every day.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, along with the gang from TNA. So, man, if you miss this, you are going to miss some of the best wrestlers in the world. Plus, man, it's the rebrand of TNA is going to be something special. I really think this is going to be, if you're a wrestling fan, you're not going to want to miss this. So come see it.
100%. I'm going to be there. I'll be there front row.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
How'd you pull that off?
I got pull.
You got pull.
Yeah.
All right.
You can get in there with me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I got you, Mark. Get on my back.
I feel I'm going to get in trouble with Diener.
I don't know why.
Just a hunch.
Yeah, well, hopefully.
Hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully. I want to see you get smacked around. I'd love to see you get smacked around.
Why is that?
Oh, you know.
What, do you think I deserve it?
Yes.
No, of course you do.
Yeah,
You're a
of
terrible
course.
human
Of course
being.
you do.
Gave a difference.
You are a terrible human being.
Oh, man.
It's the holiday season, man. Let's not forget.
It's the holiday
Christmas
season, so I
time,
deserve to get
Be
smacked
cheerful.
around.
Well.
Unreal. Oh, man.
Repent, man. God is good.
Unbelievable. Well, we've got contests here coming up from WrestleZone and Fightful. He's going to be joining us in the next hour. So that's going to be a lot of fun. As we're going to be covering a lot of the news of the week. And boy, I'll tell you, was there some news. Kenny Omega's down. Liv Morgan got a mugshot.
What?
Yeah. Actually, pretty nice mugshot. Good for her.
I don't think there's a such thing as a nice mugshot.
Yeah, well, if you're going to get one, at least look good doing it.
I was watching the Usos body cam DUI footage. Like, that's crazy.
Oh,
Interesting stuff, man.
yeah, but some Tony Khan news. I mean, AJ Styles came back.
CM Punk news.
Yeah, the Punkster. I mean, man, there's a lot happening. And the AEW Continental Cup. There could be a massive fiasco coming up with that thing, too. We're going to talk with Colin, and, of course, David Difference is going to hop in on this, too.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
I'm included on this one.
Of course you are. You're my Snuggie Bear.
I don't know what that means. It's weird. Don't say it again.
Oh, I'll say it if I want to say it, because it's the Mark Hoke Show.
Don't say it again, please.
Snuggie Bear. Stick around, everybody. We'll be right back for hour number 2 of the Mark Hoke Show here on KDAWN and the Odyssey app. We'll be right back.
Want more of The Mark Hoke Show? Follow us on Twitter at Mark Hoke Show, like us on Facebook at The Mark Hoke Show, and visit markhokeshow.com to keep up with everything happening with the show. And remember to check out all of our archive shows on YouTube at The Mark Hoke Show and download our podcasts at markhokeshow.podbean.com and all your favorite podcast outlets. So join The Mark Hoke Show family today, and thanks for listening.